Okay, well, it is that time of day. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to people from around the world. We are Greg and Mena Warmbier, located just outside of Sarasota, Florida. And we are super, super excited to be talking to you today about this amazing technology here. If you have not heard about this, you're going to hear about this and you're going to want to utilize this not only for yourself, but other people that you love and care about. It's been absolutely amazing for us to be able to be a part of this opportunity now for a couple of years. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about this opportunity. We have some special guest speakers today from the other side of the pond, as they might say. And so one of the things that we want to do is first at least introduce kind of what we're going to be talking about. And then once again, my wife kind of gives some disclaimers, and then we'll introduce the speakers that are going to be talking today.
Yeah, so welcome and thank you for joining us. We are going to keep this meeting under the hour. We keep everybody muted, so unless you're asked to unmute. And then we also wanted to obviously say that this product that that Anna and Alma are going to be sharing this evening does not mitigate or heal your body in any way, but we're not saying that it does any miracle work for you, but we do know with experience that it has changed quality of life for a lot of our friends in the last almost 28 months that we've been involved.
Yep.
So the presenters tonight, we are so grateful to have Anna and her beautiful daughter, beautiful mama and beautiful daughter, presenting this evening for us. They are directors in our business, soon to be senior directors, just ranking up, and have a wonderful growing team in Europe and also in America, and soon to be starting in South Africa as well. So welcome, Anna and Alma, and you can take it away. I know you're also going to be sharing testimonies this evening as well. So enjoy, sit back. And by the way, halfway through the presentation, there is, of the product, there is an opportunity surrounding this. So if you're here just to find out about the product, you can jump off at that point. But if you want to know everything, stay on because you'll be surprised.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you so much. Let's see, we get everybody muted. Okay, thank you. Okay, good. So thank you so much, Mena and Greg, for presenting us. Yeah, we love being here, presenting about this miraculous little patch that we have. And my name is Anna.
And I'm Alma. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, and we are on the island of Mallorca in Spain. A little bit chilly, so we have our sweaters on today. And yeah, so the idea is then that we, as Mena said, we take you through a presentation about the technology and a bit about how the patch works, how you wear it, and then we carry on through and present a bit about the opportunity, because there is a great opportunity like we are doing. We're sharing about this patch and the wonderful experiences, because you can't keep quiet about this little miraculous patch.
Yeah, no, we're super excited to share about it.
So I'm going to get my presentation going. Let's see if I can. We're going to go from the start here. Okay, I'm going to go up to the very beginning here. So again, it's all about the X39 today. And the question we always ask when we start is, have you been patched yet? Because if you haven't put a patch on like this, it's very simple to do it. But if you haven't, you're going to want to after this presentation. And so whoever has invited you to this meeting, if it's the first time that you're here, then you're going to learn all about it. And this person has thought about you and thought this could be something for you. Maybe you want better health. Maybe it's the opportunity, or of course, like for us or most people, both. Because it's brilliant, a brilliant combination.
Yeah.
So let's get going. I always like to start to share about the CEO, the inventor of this technology, because it is a technology. Usually we think of technology being something that's a phone or a computer or TV, but within this little patch is technology. And our inventor is called David Schmidt. He's a brilliant, brilliant man, very humble and generous, and his mission is really to change lives and really help people in well-being and well, make a difference. So he realized, well, he's been an inventor for a very long time, and he realized back in 2008 that the future is within stem cells, and he wants to keep health as natural as possible for people. And when he realized this, he started researching on how he could make something available for people. And you know, there are different ways, and maybe you've heard about stem cells, stem cell injections, for instance. And well, that's a disputable method because it's very costly and not and it doesn't always work. And you need repeated sessions of this. And David wanted us, as I said, to be as natural as possible and for everybody to be able to access this potential that is with stem cells. But as you see here, this little patch for people to put it on, it's so simple and easy. And he wanted it also to be affordable. So for $99 a month, to be able to then activate your own stem cells, and we're going to talk about how, but for this little patch, and it looks quite insignificant, a little sticker you put on your body, but what it does is amazing. And it took a long time actually for the research to be done and for us to get it in our hands and to get it to market. 10 years of research and about $4.5 million before we had it. So around 2019, actually, we got this patent, which means, for me, when I saw this, I thought, you know, this is safety for me to know that what I'm presenting, because I'm a therapist and a coach here on the island, and I thought instantly when I saw this, I was presented and realized, I would say, because I was actually presented this technology a while back before I understood what it was all about. So it's very common that you see something and you don't really believe what you see because it might be even, you know, feel it's too good to be true. And as I said, you see this little patch and you think, what can it do? A little sticker like this. But when I started researching, so it's about 1.5 years ago, just over that period of time, I realized, you know, it's doing big things. And when I saw that it had a patent, I also understood that what I'm going to be sharing with people is something that really works, because you have to prove when you're applying for a patent like this, you have to prove in lots of studies and you know, to make sure that what it does, what you say it's supposed to do, it really does. So that's one thing with a patent, but also another thing is that it's protected. So you won't find it in your grocery store or, you know, anywhere else except for us brand partners that share it with you. So for me, that was also, you know, an amount of safety to know that it's not going to be all over the place or copies and so on. So it's protected for another 16 years, which is really good. And if you read the patent, it's a long document and you can read it online, but I mean, that would be going through a lot of pages here. So I thought I'd just read a little paragraph here where it says what it does. So results of elevating copper peptide, and we're going to speak about this a little bit soon, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, improved wound healing. So that's a lot of big things for, you know, both physically and mentally that it does for you. So completely amazing. So you can tell them, why would we then put this little packet? Why do we need stem cells to start off with?
Why? Yes, as we grow older and older, our stem cells go dormant. So the faster you age, the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you will age and the slower you will heal. The more stem cells, the faster you heal. And at the age of 30, you have only half of your stem cells active. And already at the age of 60, you lose almost all the stem cell activity. So for us, if you want to heal faster, if you want to have this stem cell activation as you have as a kid and all the way up to when you stop growing, you want to activate your stem cells.
Yeah, and I didn't actually know about this. So this is something completely new to me. I didn't know that this was the reason why we aged. that we
No,
have
me
less and
neither.
less stem cell activity.
Well, yeah, you're not really told about it, so I didn't know either that
No.
stem cells was a big thing for us in
Yeah,
health.
sorry, that was quick. Okay, here we go. This one. So you can tell them maybe how it works, and or shall I start? I'll start off. So I thought maybe to explain how it works, because I didn't even know what phototherapy is. Maybe you do, but didn't know anything about it. It's apparently a method, and David Schmidt, he didn't come up with this. It's something that's used already. You know, if babies are newborn, I think they have lamps that they use, but you can also compare it when you go outside and the sun is shining and the sun rays hit your skin. Naturally in our bodies, vitamin D is created because it's a way of the light from the sun, the frequencies, to communicate with our bodies, and that's what happens. And the same thing, when you put this little patch on, what happens is you might not know it, and you definitely don't see it if you don't put night the vision goggles on, or whatever it's called. But when you put them on, you can see people in the dark, right? So that's actually heat emitted as light. So we all emit heat and light. And this little patch, when you put it on, the heat from our body then is reflected back into our bodies. And what happens then is that this special frequency that's coming back as light into our bodies is communicating with our bodies and saying that these copper peptides we were talking about, these GHK copper peptides, they are actually increased and they wake the dormant stem cells up. So a brilliant technology, a brilliant invention from David Smith to realize that we can communicate with our bodies naturally to make them heal naturally from within. So people can ask, sometimes I've had the question, where are the stem cells? What's in it? But they are your own dormant stem cells that actually are woken up by the light frequency.
Yeah, because like a really big thing for me, and I think for a lot of people, is that it's non-transdermal. It's no drugs or chemicals coming into your body, non-invasive. It's only the frequency light that reflects in your body. So I think that's a really big thing and a really nice thing that it's 100% natural.
Yeah. And as I said, I was introduced by another mother here on the island, and she knew that my son, Alma's younger brother, has an autoimmune condition. It's a kidney inflammation. So she said, maybe this could be something. And as I said, I was a bit skeptical, and you can't see that it actually, doesn't look very special when you look at it. And I wondered, could this be something? And you don't just jump on anything. And for your children, you are really careful. And we were trying to keep the medication as low as possible and do whatever we could that was natural for him. So eventually we actually started working. For me, it was brilliant that there's nothing in it that actually enters your body except from light.
Yeah, so what of the benefits of the X39? There's a lot, but the most outstanding or the most things that they do is standing right here, and that is increased strength, reduced inflammation, increased stamina, more energy and vitality. You have better mental clarity, restored muscle and skeletal condition, improvement of sleep, and improved skin appearance.
Yeah, and I would say I have experienced throughout the months, about 18, 19 months, I've experienced every one of these. And what I had myself, I actually wasn't focusing on myself when I started using the patch, because I got it sort of my clients and thought this could be a brilliant tool to be able to reach people. So simple and so life-changing. So I really felt I needed to be able to have this tool to share. But of course, I wanted to put it on myself. Everybody says that, you want it for yourself as well. So I put it on and I couldn't believe it, but 3 hours, I was what they call a one-patch wonder. Sometimes some people react quickly to putting this patch on. It starts working immediately, but I felt it within 3 hours. I had pain relief, and I had pain for 14 years before. I tried everything. I was very close to operation, and then I was cancelled, and I was, for some reason I was a bit happy about that, because I didn't want to have that kind of procedure done to me, because you know, if you can stay away from operations, if you need to, you have to. But I felt that I wanted to stay as natural as possible, and nothing had helped me, and I'd had pain affecting my whole left leg. So for me to suddenly, after 14 years, not have pain, not that tingling, irritating sensation of annoying, tense leg like I'd had for such a long time. I mean, it was mind-blowing for me. I couldn't believe it. And since then, I've just experienced more and more as the months have gone by, all from, I actually had written a long list because there's so much, from hair to skin. I had some kind of precancerous little issue here that kept coming and going. And it actually, and I mean, it's really hard to believe if somebody's sharing that something goes after, you know, with this on, after 3 days, it was gone and it hasn't come back. And I would say, I mean, my daughter's very kind to me, but she says, I don't look, I'm turning 50 this year. And she says, you know, you look actually younger than you did before. And that, I mean, that is the case because it's incredible.
Yeah.
So let's continue before I can go on and on with everything I experienced. I might squeeze something else in, but what I thought was quite extraordinary was the studies, because over 80 clinical studies that you have to do, you know, before the patent, you have to do the clinical studies. And David Schmidt, he brought in a few people, and in this study you see here, it's a topography map where this 77-year-old woman, young woman, came in. She hadn't put a patch on the first session, where it says session 1, that was the first day. So they scanned her brain with this kind of mapping that they do, and they saw that she had a lot of inflammation. All that red you see there is a lot of inflammation, and this means that you are forgetful, maybe you have a difficulty in communicating with people and remembering, you know, what people's names, why you went shopping, what were you going to get if you didn't have a list, and so on. So session 1, no patch on, but then she put a patch on, and she got the orders from David Schmidt to, you know, carry on with life, come back 3 weeks after, and wear a patch like you have. I have one also on my neck, but I put an extra one on for you so you can see it. And she came back 3 weeks after, and they did a new scan, a mapping of her brain. And you can see what's happened. She didn't change anything else, just put one patch on and one new one for each day. All the red is gone. Session 3 is another 3 weeks. So a total of 6 weeks, this study. And you get the result in session 3 is what you want when you have really good brain coherence, which means that you are remembering stuff again. You can communicate, you know, you don't have that brain fog people can relate to often. And we have a really great example. I know from a friend here, she shared a patch with her mother. Her mother's, I think, 83, 84, and she has dementia. So she wasn't communicating, they are 3 daughters, and she wasn't communicating with them. She couldn't, you know, speak and remember things. They didn't have a dialogue. But after 10 days, wearing the patch consistently then for 10 days, she actually started calling them, and they were joking and saying, you know, oof, you know, maybe she's calling a lot now. She's calling and communicating a lot with them. So, you know, they're like, yeah, we got our mother back. But, you know, in just 10 days, and this shows how fast it goes from putting the patch on, what happens in the body when the inflammation starts to decrease, as you saw in the patent, what it says it does. So incredible results. I mean, you wouldn't get this if you just change your diet, you started exercising. For a 77-year-old, potentially it could happen, you know, after maybe 2 years, but to get these results in such a short time is extraordinary. So maybe you can take over here.
Yes, then what are the long-term results of using the X39? Well, you can find, first of all, you can find case studies on thisisit.info.com. But yeah, after a few days only, 4,000 genes begin to reset. And that's incredible for me to hear. I mean, they talk about what is it called? Resveratrol, that resets 2 genes. This is 4,000 genes. That's incredible. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes more balanced, as you saw in the slide before. And 3 months, your collagen is increased. And you know, collagen is not only for skin, it's also the joints. So you get to be more flexible after 3 months, and it also shows on the outside as well as the inside. And the last thing, within 6 months, your heart reverses in age, and that is almost too good to be true for my ears. It's absolutely incredible that it can do such things. And as our CEO and inventor of X39, David Smith, says, it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing.
And I mean, I've seen lots of testimonies with our team that this is the team, how people have actually had to, or not had to, they have been able to cancel operations. So that, I mean, because of the heart surgeries that don't have to go through with them because of the cardiovascular health that's increased. So it's completely incredible.
Okay, how should you wear this then? So in the case studies, they did put the patch 3 fingers below the belly button and on the neck. So that's why it's shown there, but you can put it where you have pain. You wear it for 12 hours and then you take it off for 12 hours. You throw the patch away at night before taking it off. But as we do in our family, we put it on our pets after wearing it for 12 hours. So that's possible too, because I think it's still active for 16 hours, but you should only wear it for 12. And it's possible to wear more than one at a time. You won't get the double effect if you wear 2 of them, but it will increase the work that is done. And what's very important while wearing the patch is to drink water. We all should drink water no matter what, and people lack of it. So especially if you're gonna wear this, drink the water that you're supposed to drink.
Yes, and I think also sometimes people ask, you know, why shan't I wear it longer than 12 hours? And that's because you need to let the body rest and recharge from the patch, because it's going to stop responding to the procedure and what's going on in the body. So it's like the sun. The sun is not, well, in the north of Sweden where we lived before we came to Mallorca, in the summers, it's a little bit annoying. The sun's out always, but you're not out, you sleep. So you rest from the sun. And
yeah, or like working out. You can't just work out nonstop. You have to let the muscles rest.
Yeah.
To make them grow again.
Exactly. So, I mean, very sophisticated to put technology in a little patch. So smart to put it in a wearable device. You don't even notice it. And as you were saying, you know, put it where you want, put it where it hurts. Absolutely. I have started putting mine on my hand quite often, because when I go outside, it's so easy to share with people and just to show, you know, oh, maybe this could be something for you. I'm thinking maybe this could be, you know, for your, whatever you're saying, you have an issue with something, or maybe you want to quit your job and do other fun stuff like we're doing, then they see it when I have it on my hand. I don't have to start undressing. Yeah. But the best thing about it is that we have such incredible testimonials, not only for ourselves, our son that has stopped his cortisone. That's since a year back, he hasn't had to take cortisone, which was not good at all for a growing boy. He's 10 years old now. And so many brilliant things. We just recover so fast from, if we have anything, it just goes over quickly. But I think let's see, we have a live testimony, right? Is that so, Minette? Can you see?
Hey, Anna. So we do have Jess on, and Jess will be sharing her testimony. Jess is out of South Africa. So people, you can see people in South Africa, people in Europe, people in the USA, everybody is using this product and having amazing results. So Jess, if you want to unmute and share your testimony with us. Hey, Jess.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but we can't see you.
Your,
So,
your
Oh,
camera, your camera is on though.
yeah.
that's
Do you
why
have a
I
cover,
asked on,
do you have a cover on your
huh? Can you
camera?
not see me at all?
No,
No.
it's just black. So you sometimes put the cover on your camera, or if you put the camera off, put it back on.
There, I mean, her camera shows it's on.
I know, but it's just something. So
There we are. Should we do
there's your
that?
picture. The
Let's
camera
put
on.
that.
Still not. Let me go onto
Yep.
my
It was
phone.
no, it was not the camera. No.
No. So something is it's black. But anyway, just go
Yeah,
go ahead and
ahead,
share.
Jess.
Yeah, obviously we'd
Huh?
like to see you, but go ahead and share, please.
Go ahead and share.
Okay. Because on my side, it doesn't show that the video is on, although I thought it was. It's on, but I thought you could see me. I just want to give you a bit of background. I started on the X39 on the 15th of May. I have a challenge with my lungs and have had, and I thought to myself, oh, I was hoping that would start working or healing the fibrosis. And within a few weeks, I started losing weight. I didn't feel any side effects or anything. And as far as I was concerned, I felt healthy and good. But my weight started dropping. I do take chronics. And eventually, by September, my lung function test, where I go twice a year for, wasn't as good as the time before. So they put me in hospital for tests, CT scans, blood works. And in my blood works came back, the results came back that I had a high rheumatoid arthritis count, which is an autoimmune disease and causes inflammation, which affects the fibrosis of the lungs. But also picked up that my thyroid medication was too strong, which I'd been using for, I thought 20 years, but working it out about 25 or 30 years, which then they halved the strength. And I continued, I went back for an operation for a lung biopsy. And eventually I wrote to the doctor, my pulmonologist, and said, I'm a bag of bones. Must I go and see my GP? I've lost 11 kilos now since May. This was November. Or shall I stop my thyroid meds? He said, stop the thyroid meds. Immediately, I stopped losing weight. And I'm supposed to go in for treatment next month, which is almost like a chemo treatment, but not quite. But it's very strong, and to me, it's poison. And I'm hoping with the new blood works I'm going to do this week or next week that there's going to be a difference, that I can avoid this treatment. But so now my thyroid is healed, which wasn't what I was expecting. You know, your stem cells work where they want to work, and healed my thyroid first. So maybe the lungs are next, and maybe the wrinkles. But sorry, that is basically what I've experienced. And I was always hoping from day one that I'll have my own testimony to tell everybody, because I had no aches and pains. I was well, in my opinion, but now at least I have. My thyroid is healed. And it must have happened in month 3 or 4 with all this weight loss. We only realized it down the line, what was causing the weight loss. So it was the thyroid it was too active and making me lose weight. So that's my story.
So from what I'm understanding is that, because what you said, you basically that your thyroid has gotten better to the point that thyroid medication was causing side effects, which is causing you to lose weight and things like that.
Correct. It was overactive.
Yeah.
It
So once you
became
got the thyroid
overactive.
medication that you've been using for like 30 years, your thyroid's working great, and all of a sudden now you're back. And so that's the thing that times people look at. We always say monitor what you're doing. If you're on medications, be careful with that, everything else, because again, we've gotten a lot of people off medications, but that's amazing to hear that your thyroid is you no longer need thyroid medication. That is absolutely phenomenal. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that's a great testimony, because a lot of people struggle with, especially women, thyroid issues. But I also wanted to mention that we were in South Africa in August, and then again in November, and I saw a significant difference with you, Jess, from August to November. I saw you actually looked so much better. And Jess, how old are you now? So if you don't mind me asking,
Sorry, what did you say?
how old are you now?
I turned 70 in September.
Yeah, yeah. And Jess, you're functioning, you're out there still working and doing great things. So like I said, we saw a difference. I even
Yeah.
mentioned it to you. I said you look so much better than the first time we saw you. So thanks for sharing that. And I know that a lot of women will benefit from that testimony.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Jess, and thank you,
Thank you.
Amanda and Greg. And I also want to say that we have one in our family, thyroid, because my well, in recovery from my husband's sister. So sorry, is that niece? I'm not sometimes not familiar with all the different words, but so she's in Brooklyn, she's in New York, and she has had issues for I think a few decades, at least 2 decades, and has taken medication since the beginning of the 2000. So, and 3 months after wearing the X39, she stopped her medication because she didn't have to take them anymore. And most recently is she had actually what's it called in the like a tumor. She had a tumor from oh sorry, it's the Swedish and English infirm. Like she had I think it's in her her uterus, or she had a benign tumor that actually they don't shrink by themselves. So they were monitoring for a long time, and it has stayed the same. It was very, very big, but it had stayed the same, and it wasn't hurting her. So they were just checking it, and she went for a check now, not long ago, and it's dissolved, it's gone. So yeah, what's it called when you have lots of pains? Endometriosis, right? So I think it's called, yeah. So that's a very recent testimony. Great. So thank you so much, Jess.
thank you.
Yeah, wonderful results, and a lot of. I also want to say a lot of the balancing of the body, and I think exactly what you're saying, Jess, is how your body was reacting when you were on medication, but your body was saying, "I don't need this anymore." This what we saw happen to our son when he was actually on steroids, because we had to phase out the amount, you have to do it carefully. But his body was starting to give him migraines. And even though we were tapering it very slowly, we realized we had to stop because it was like his body was rejecting it. And the doctor said, keep going, and keep tapering because you do it slowly. But we realized we needed to stop. And when we stopped, he has been fine without since. So that was great as well. So that's how the body is telling you what it needs in a very clear way. Like it usually you don't feel that, but when you put this patch on, you do. So thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to start sharing again, and we will. Let's see.
Yeah, while you do that, I can also
Yeah,
share
sorry. Yes, sorry. I might share
mine.
yours.
Yeah. So I was on the patch for a couple of months, and then I didn't really noticing anything. I was like, is it doing something for me? I'm 22 years old, by the way. So I was thinking, maybe it's that I'm so young. Maybe it's something inside. So I stopped being like consistent with it, and I stopped for a month or so, and then I started patching again. And when I started patching, it was then that I noticed that it was really doing something for me, because I looked back at this pattern and I was very unstable and not balanced before wearing it. And then I saw when I was wearing it, I was stable, and then off it again, unstable, and on it, I was balanced again. And not only balanced, like in my whole body, I felt like a deeper sleep. I had more energy and motivation during the day. I was more focused and had a mental clarity. And, I know I have a deeper sleep because I started dreaming a lot more while wearing it. So while being off it, and not having it, not knowing it, and then having it for a couple of months, and then being off it, and then wearing it again, I can really see this pattern on how I was and how I acted when I was off and on it. So even at a young age, you can see so much for it, do for your body. So if you're starting, it's really important to maybe look closely. What are you experiencing right now? Maybe you're not someone with a lot of pains or something that you will notice directly. So you can really think and maybe lay up a plan, like how am I feeling? And then you can see after a while, because I made that mistake. I didn't really see the things that it did for me, but it really did a lot without me really thinking of it. So,
Yeah. And I mean, I'm going to wear this continuously. I'm not going to stop, and that's why we really want to share with people, because it's so great. But David also says that to get a good, clear view and idea and experience on how the patch works, you need to give it at least 3 months, and preferably the amount of decades you have been alive. You should give it months. So for me, 5. Well, you did 2, but obviously needed some more, like you're saying.
Yeah.
And we have gotten so many good experiences way beyond 5 decades. I mean, 5 months as in decades, me and my husband, and it's still happening because we are recovering so fast.
Yeah.
And we just can keep going throughout the day. We were in Vegas and we hardly slept, because we thought that we can do when we come back home, but we haven't slept so much when we've come back either. We have so much to do, and we have so much energy, and we're having so much fun. So it's really taking care of us. I mean, continuously.
Yeah.
So let's keep going. And I thought it's good to know the next slide will show you where you can find out more about this patch, about the technology. If you want to take a deep dive in, check out the patents and the technology, you can do that. If you just want a brief, maybe you want to send it to somebody and you want a good site where there are no sales going on, you just want the information. This is it info. This is our team that has created. It's like a landing page or website where you can just scroll and click a few videos and see David Schmidt and so much, and testimonies.
Yeah, there's a lot of incredible and heartwarming testimonials on there. So if you would like to hear more of them, you can go on there, because they're really amazing to hear.
Yeah, all different ones.
Yeah.
So we're going to shift from the technology and more into the company, so you can get to know a little bit about Lifewave, where are we heading, and also the opportunities as well. So if you're just focused on wanting to start with a patch and you want to just purchase and go, then get back to the person who has invited you, because as I said before, they care about you, they want the best for you, so they can help you get the best price and then get going with one of these X39s. But the company Lifewave, so this is the brand new slideshow, because we just passed 2024 now, and it's a 20-year-old company that we have. It's like a 20-year-old startup, because as you see, around 20 million we were doing up until the year 2021 in revenue in American dollars, which, it's a big company, but I had never heard of Lifewave. You hadn't, definitely not. None of us had. I mean, it was unfamiliar to a lot of people. What happened was then we had started to share, the people that had found out about this had started to share about the X39, and all the testimonials were coming in, and it was starting to spread like wildfire. Still, though, a very well kept secret. But you can see the numbers, they are increasing. And last year, 2024, over $600 million US, and we're spreading all over the world. It's opening country after country. I think it's maybe over 80 countries. It's increasing as we go on. So this is great, because then you can reach people. It's not only the people that in your own hometown or city. It's people, relatives, maybe old colleagues all over the world that can access this and that you can start working with. We're number 1 ranked in this Momentum ranked as a company that's growing so much. And we also got, again, this number 1 growth award as you see, the Global Bravo Awards, and this is what they give to startups. So again, we are a 20-plus-year-old startup. And this is because of what's happening in Lifewave is exceptional.
Yeah, and we want to push it even further in 2025. 1
Yes.
billion.
Exactly, that's the goal, 1 billion and beyond. And this is just because we want to get this out to as many people as possible, But what I wanted to ask you here is, take some time and wonder, what is important to you? Because, I mean, everybody can want maybe some extra money, because when you work with this company, they're going to pay you, of course. But I find that when you really figure out why you want the extra money or why you want to do it, for me personally, the health, I mean, without the health that you need, nothing is important. Health is number one. But then when you have your health, you want the freedom to have fun with your family, with your friends, to travel. And I mean, a lot of the things like safety, security, just to know that you are covered the next month, next year, and so on, generational as well, is very important. So think about what's important to you, because when you find the reason and you really care about people, you're not going to want to say no to sharing this. The results that people then share with you is, what makes you not want to stop, I would say.
Yeah, for me, it's really family and freedom. And with this company, I get to work with my family and I get the freedom to spend free time with my family. So it's really a blessing.
Yeah. And we usually say, it's something you can add on, because we're all doing lots of stuff. I mean, I have 5 children. Alma's one of them. We have dogs. We have still a house in Sweden. We have a renovation project that's starting. So that's why Maxim isn't here with us today, because he's meeting one of the builders. But we can do this anyway, because I always talk to people, and I've also increased my communication and, sharing with people and just connecting. That has increased so much. And I've realized how that part is the most powerful part, to be able to connect with people all over the world. New people, old people you haven't met for 20, 30 years. I mean, the decades are adding on for some of us, but we're going to live longer now when we have this. So the companies, I think, is exceptional, because in so many ways, but also because we have the possibility for lots of fun stuff, not only connecting, but also meeting each other and during these trips, incentive trips that we have. So even if you're getting started now, and I mean, you're signing up within these days, you're going to have a chance to be able to go to one of these locations, depending on where in the world you are. Dubrovnik is for Europe and for South Africa. And we have, I'm just skipping back here, Punta Mita is for North America, South America. So different, and then we have Bali for the APAC countries, Australia and that region. But of course, we are also paid in money when we work, and we are this is one of 4 ways that we earn money, is the binary system. So we have a compensation plan that's a binary system, which means that you build 2 legs. So you build a team. So this is you, and you add 2 people on the left, 2 people on the right. You are what's a manager. We call it a manager. And it's just a point where it actually starts opening up to earn more money, because you can earn money. Before that, it's up to $400 per month, but this is actually weekly, up to $1,500, weekly as a manager. And this is the foundation of the binary system that we have. So what we do is actually, we just help people start up their businesses, and they and we together help more people start their business. So the brilliant thing, I think, is that you're going to end up with people that you don't know in your team, because somebody above you, maybe your sponsor, maybe somebody else that you don't know above, is going to help people that are going to be below in your team. So it's all a mix of people that you probably will know that you're helping, and it just carries on, and you get to know, as we were saying, so many people, like Menna and Greg. We didn't know, we hadn't known that you were alive if we hadn't been shared with this product through Amy here on the island. And this meant that we could start connecting with you, and just, it's like our family is growing all over the world. And the compensation plan that you see here, this is capped at $25,000 per week, which is, I mean, that's a big amount of money. And probably, you know, a lot of us are thinking in smaller amounts of money and earning weekly. I mean, just $100, sometimes $100 per week is a good increase, or maybe $1,000 per month is good, or maybe $1,000 per week. It's like we all have different visions on what would be a big change for us financially, but within this company, everything is possible because you determine, you know, how much you want to work, and you know how much time you want to put in, and so on. So it's all. But the thing is, I think, is very unique is you don't do it alone. There is so much support, and we have received so much support from Anna and Greg, and also from the team that's just growing around us, and you know, people that are in some other parts of the team, because it's like a big family. I think, as I said, we just came back from Vegas and just met these brilliant leaders that we have that are paving the way, showing us that they are just like us. They are humans. They have just learned, you know, how to, in the simplest way, do this business, which means that they're here to teach us. And that's what me and Maxime, thanks to Alma watching all the dogs and our youngest too, we could go to Vegas. We could see that these people were really, with their hearts, bringing this opportunity to us, and they are here to support us. So for me, that was so encouraging to know that not only we have David Smith, but we have this team, the This Is It team working for us.
Yeah, it's like I've never been in a business or company like this before, and I mean that in the best way possible. It's such a nice energy and connection between our colleagues and the people we connect and learn from. So it's really amazing. Just to add on.
So quickly going through the last slide. Matching bonus is actually the company pays you a bonus when you help people. The first level, so your own personals, when they start earning maybe $1,000 per week, or you know, different sum, you're going to be gifted 25% of that, so $250 from the company. So we're not taking away anything from anyone, and it carries on. Second generation, the people that they add on and help, and then the third generation, 20% from both of those. So when people start earning and you're helping and they're earning, you're all benefiting, because everybody is just increasing their amount of income.
Yeah, an unlimited income potential.
Exactly. And this takes some time to wrap your head around, but this is, I mean, this is where the big money can start coming in. And then you have to think long term, and really it's a helping business. Sorry, I skipped that one. I'm going to go to this one. So this is when you get started, you get one of these packages. The core is for when you want to maybe try it out. Maybe you're single and you want to do this business and you want a couple of seats. So it's not, I would say, it's not really 3 for you. You get 1 for you, and then it's 2 extra. So you can start sharing with people. Maybe you want to give one to somebody that's starting out, that you're helping start their business. When they've ordered and they've gotten those back, you can get yours back to you. So you can swap that way. The advanced, if you're ready to go, it sets you up to go manager. When you have those 2 people and you have the advanced, you are a manager. So you are eligible to earn more money then. So getting that is 6 sleeves. And the premium, I would say, that's the most popular one, because everybody who is going somewhere and is at the top has definitely upgraded to the premium, because that's the most economic one. I mean, the patches you see are $87.50 instead of $99. And you also are active for a period of time, 3 months in total. So it's 20 sleeves, and you might think 20, that's a lot. But I tell you, we have, you know, there's a lot of circulation with patches and people that want them. So it's like having a mini warehouse. Yeah. Another thing before we switch the slide is to be active. And to be active, you are collecting points and you are eligible to start earning money, because it's going to flow to you. All the sales that are going on, it's going to flow to you, and you're going to collect these points, and they're going to turn into dollars. So you want to be active by either a sleeve, if you have this low maintenance of being active and just earning up to $400. But if you are getting going, if you're a manager, you want to have 2 sleeves, 1 for you, maybe 1 for your daughter or one for your partner, or you have one for you, and then you have patches to go and share with people and patch people, because people are in pain. If you go out, you're going to start listening to people's issues. They're all over.
So stay active and be consistent with this, because it will not only benefit you in your points or revenue, it will also benefit you in your health.
Yeah, definitely. A few sites, information, this is it info, this is it team is for you. If you want to start building your business, all the tips, all the ideas, downloads, everything you need, go there and you'll see that.
Completely free, and that is also an amazing thing for me with this company. You can learn so much and it's free.
Yeah. So now's the time to make a move. We decided a long time ago, and I haven't regretted it, and you haven't either. It's really made us grow and heal and have so much fun. And I would say, I haven't heard the word hope. I've thought about it, and it actually is. It gave me my body back. It gave me my energy back. And it also gave me hope with the connections and financial situation. I mean, there's so many parts of this. So if you haven't decided, then do it now, because, I mean, the company is growing. So get on now. We have conventions. Take a scan of this. Maybe you can watch a replay of this and take a scan. That's in August that we're having in Florida. You have to subscribe and see more videos. We have so much inspiration. We have a great team on Facebook. The great team is on Facebook. We have lots of, weekly Zooms, different days, different time zones. There's so much for you. Training, everything, as Alma said, everything is free. And even if you're doing something else, you're going to benefit from this in your other job or whatever, with your friends. You're going to get so much, positive inspiration.
And go to these meetings, guys, because this is really a motivating place to go to, and it's a safe spot in this business, because you get to learn so much and you get to feel the energy of your colleagues that are in different places in the world.
Yeah, brilliant. So that's it. We're not going to play that. We're going to press escape, and you can see that on YouTube. We're going to, there we go. Perfect. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Yes, thank you for taking your time. And I hope you got some valuable information. And again, if it's the first time you're here, get back to the person that has invited you. And then when you have people, you bring them on these meetings, because this is how we share.
Yeah.
And as Alma said, stay connected.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Great job. My goodness, you did an absolutely fantastic job. So thank you for sharing. We appreciate you so much. And we look forward to having a lot of you share as you go and grow. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I was going to say also, Elma, thank you again for being a part of today, helping out. And then also thank you for I don't know if it's just dog sitting or house sitting, whatever thing you were doing. So you allowed for Anna Maxime to join us in Vegas. That was absolutely fantastic. When I heard that, it touched my heart, because I thought to myself going, wow, that's amazing. All of us working together. So helping your parents pursue their dream, and you're part of it. And again, we're excited to be able to meet you in person at some of these events, and it's gonna be so much fun. And I'm trying to still work with my wife to be able to have us come to Mallorca this summer, so we'll see. So anyway, we're super excited.
Bella.
We're super excited, obviously, for everyone here. Now, the one thing I always tell people, I kind of finished with this, I should have started with this as well, but there's usually 3 conclusions that people come to when they see something like this. And I call it a 3, 2, 1 launch. So if you just let us know kind of where you're at by just kind of representing a number, and a number 3 would be someone who says, you know what, I like the information, I like this here, can I just get more information? Absolutely, we'll get you more information and set up a time to answer some questions. Number 2 would be like, this is fantastic. I want to utilize this product. Can I just use the product? I may or may not be interested in the business at this point, but I'd be interested in the product. Great, we'll get you the product. We'll get you at the wholesale price, which is great. And the last part to that is a number 1 who says, I like the idea of the opportunity as well. How do I get started? What do I got to do to get started with that? And what we do is we help you get launched. So just let us know if you're a 3, 2, or 1, and we'll help you accordingly. And the biggest part to this is, once again, we want to help you help people. So you probably guarantee you to know a lot of people have different challenges, different other things. People always ask, will it help with this? Where our answer is always, we don't know, but we do know based upon the results of what we've seen, the chances are it's going to help. We just don't know if it's going to take days, weeks, or months, but you heard some of the testimonials today. And when you go go on This Is It info, you will see more and more testimonials from there. So again, great job, ladies. Thank you so much for sharing this. Be sure to both give Maxime a big hug from us too. We really, really appreciate you, but definitely get, everybody get back to, the person who invited you so you can learn more, and just let them know if you're 3, 2, or 1, and what where you're at, because again, we're not mind readers, and we want to obviously respect you and respect us so that we all can work together to help as many people as possible. So besides that, is there anything else you
Yeah,
want to say?
so next week, same time, wherever you're at and whatever time zone, we do this meeting like Alma said, it's a safe place to bring your friends so they can see the opportunity, because you don't want anybody to miss out.
No.
You don't know who out there
There's
is
so many
struggling and
testimonials.
praying for a miracle for their personal challenges. So thank you once again, and I know we're going to jump on to another Zoom, so those of you who have the link, you're more than welcome to
For our
join
next
us.
level training.
But thank you, everybody. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your afternoon, and we'll see you soon.
Yes. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Thank you again, and I'm going to thank you as much. Have a blessed day. We'll see you very, very soon. God bless you.
Great
Thanks.
job.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Bless
you,
all.
everyone. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thanks.